What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and this is Power Season 6 Behind the Scenes Breakdown. I want to thank everybody that supports my work at patreon.com/Jaymoorereviews, and also everybody that supports me at paypal.com/Jaymoorereviews. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and if you enjoy the video, click that like button and let's get into it. Now, Power's doing something new. They got Stephen A. Smith, Screaming A, and he's doing a little commentary with the cast of Power behind the scenes. First off, he kicks it off with Tasha, aka Natari Naughton. He's pretty much shaking hands and introducing himself with everybody. He then shakes up with Tommy. They show him give Ghost dap, shake up, show love, and then they start the interview. And so he's talking about how the last time everybody saw Ghost, Angie was shot, and he let out the Lion King roar. There it go. And so he's saying, so what's going on with Ghost? And he's like, man, he's going to be in a new place. He's going to be trying to get revenge. He's in a new, different light now because what happened, and he's gonna have no holds barred pretty much for season 6. And that he asked him, what about Tasha? And he said, well, Tasha, he can't trust Tasha still, but Tasha doesn't want him off the earth. Basically, he can trust that Tasha doesn't want him dead, but he don't trust that. And then he asked him about Terry Waterhead. He said, why you drain the waterhead? Why you drain the swamp? He said, well, you know I had to kill him. He's like, man, that little hug, he got a little tight. He gave him a little sleeper, and he's like, yeah, but he had to take him out. Terry knew too much. Time to put him away. He had to go night-night. Ready, go night-night. And so it was just pretty much asking all of that about what he thought about Terry and what was going on. And Ghost know that Terry didn't trust him even when he was in prison. So that's one of the reasons he had to get rid of Terry. And Stephen A., of course, joking with him. Stephen A. making Ghost look like a little kid as big as Stephen A. is. Stephen A., Mr. Waterhead himself. Big bobblehead hanging up over there. But anyway, Stephen A. was joking about how he choked him out. There, Stephen A. started talking with Tommy, and he's basically asking Tommy about how he tried to pop Ghost and what type of state of mind is Tommy in. And he was saying that Tommy is pretty much just a wildfire, unpredictable. And so he said, Tommy, are you able to trust Keisha? And he said, well, he working up towards it. And he said he think he can trust her. And then Stephen A. like, well, I don't know, man. You seem to be getting ready to not be able to trust her. And then as far as what we could trust what he do, he was going to kill Ghost at one time. So it's no telling what Tommy may do. And then he laughed about it for a second. He said, yeah, you got a point there. So it's going to be pretty much Tommy versus Ghost in season 6. And then they was talking about his relationship with Keisha, and he was saying that they pretty much are from the same hood, been through a lot of the same things. And so and that's one thing that he elaborated on that a lot of people may not have known. I didn't ever think about it, but that he known Keisha a long time because she been Tasha's friend for a long time, so they've been seeing each other. So it's not as new as like he was with Holly. That was pretty new, whereas him and Keisha have known each other for 10-20 years maybe. And so that was interesting thing he elaborated on. But then Stephen A. said, yeah, but how could you trust her and say those things when the truth of the matter was you was about to kill her? And then Tommy joked and laughed about it for a second, and then he's like, yeah, but she passed those tests. And so then we see Stephen A. Screaming A. And he talking with Tasha. Of course, he waterhead and shoulders above her. And he's asking her what's her number one problem with Ghost. And so she had to, frown up, talking about my number one problem. And she's basically saying that he betrayed the family for the love affair of being with Angie. He wanted to be with Angie. He needed a little spice in his life, okay? And so Tasha really mad about that, and she thinks that Ghost abandoned his family for Angie. And so she's saying that Tasha pretty much never got over that, and which is crazy, especially since Tasha did as much as she had. And she's saying Tasha gonna be coming into her own in season 6 and coming guns blazing. And then he had going through the questions that people had sent in, and he said, one person said, what would you do if Tariq was your real son? And she's saying, well, Tariq, he needed more guidance and structure. Basically, nobody was there for him, and she would have tried to be there for him more in real life. And of course, we all know Tariq started to wild out when he got on there with Kanan. But she was too busy trying to be with Terry, trying to get it wet in Waterworld, and that's what left him hanging. Then we see Stephen A. with Angie. I'm with the beautiful Angie. And she like, oh, this is great, Stephen A. Oh, yeah, let's talk about it. And he said, well, the last time we saw you, you were getting shot. And she like, yeah, I was getting shot. I'm in critical condition, okay? I'm in critical condition, and we don't know if he'll make it. And he like, oh, okay, so, Angie, what's going on? She like, well, that the bullet, it was meant for Ghost. But I took the bullet, and now it'll never be the same between Ghost and Tommy. And so that dynamic is always changed. And then our love affair is over. I mean, you get the bullet. It's not easy to be in love when you get shot with the bullet. And so they show Ghost, and he was just, they show how he was upset pretty much about the love affair probably being over. Then Stephen A's reading the questions that people sent in or whatever the case, and they asked her, did Angie believe when Ghost told her that he didn't kill Terry Silver? And she said, well, she chose not to believe. She chose to believe him because she was in love. But the truth is, she knows. And he's like, oh, okay. And then they talk about the dynamic between Ghost and Tommy. And she say Tommy gonna feel the full wrath of Ghost now. So it's gonna be interesting to see. It's pretty obvious how they set it up as Ghost versus Tommy, so we'll see. Meanwhile, he talked to Dre, aka Ro Timmy, and he talking to Dre, and he make Dre really look little. And he say, what was your favorite moment of season 5 with Dre? And then Stephen A says his favorite moment was when Dre came to confront Ghost at the cemetery, which was a ballsy move for him to come and do that. In reality, he would have just came and killed Ghost, though, instead of talking and giving the man a chance to come back at him. But Dre, Rotimi, said that was his favorite scene, too, because nobody ever came and talked to Ghost that way. And it was a scene where Dre was kind of coming into his own. And he kind of liked how Dre was kind of coming into his own and becoming his own man. Then Stephen A asked him, is he over his head? And he said, yeah, he about up to his nose in it. And so, Dre, he smells the trouble is around the corner. And so it'll be interesting to see how he makes it in season 6. And then he said that Dre is just like Ghost, in the sense that he always finds a way out of it. He always finds a way to come out on top. And so I got a feeling Dre won't die again in season 6. He may live again. So, man, he must be half cat or something. Because his 9 lives, he sure made it. And he should have died in season 2 or 3, definitely. Especially 4 and 5. So for him to be making it to season 6, that's a heck of an accomplishment. You know, they even tried to take him out, and he survived. So it's amazing. And Stephen A, he pretty much said that this is something that he'll be trying to do every week for the next few weeks. Next week, they say they're going to go behind the scenes and show how they make the sets and what's going on with set building and everything. So that'll be interesting to see behind the scenes. And I think that this is a pretty unique thing that they're doing. I guess trying to keep the interest going for the show and provide fresh content, because the way things go now, it's all about content creation. You got to keep stuff coming, and so I think that's what they're doing. And it also keeps people subscribed to Stars, although I don't think this is enough to make people keep their Stars subscription. Just a 10-minute behind the scenes type thing, but it was interesting. And of course, I'm here to provide it for you guys. In the end, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next video. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.